Good evening. Welcome to Channel 12, breaking local news at 7. I'm Ree F. Lection. And tonight on the lineup is a discussion on the panel presented by Instructor Tom Haney on the 2015-09 TEM course at Full Sail University, Section 10. Joining us tonight as expert is student Anna Grace Bennett. Hi, Anna. You're live on Channel 12 at 7.
Hi, Ree. Thanks for having me on the show today.
The pleasure's all mine, Anna. First off, I'd like to ask you just a few questions, if that's all right. Something about your industry that you learned that you did not know before your start of this course.
I have to say, I didn't truly have a full comprehension of its sheer scope before I took this class. There are innumerable paths for someone with this degree entering this field. Ree, I could work exclusively with one idea, like typography, and be perfectly happy, or with many, like typography, animations, products, even architecture. I also hadn't been looking at networking from the right angle either, Ree. You see, I'd always thought it was more about being in the right place at the right time, whereas in fact, it's really more go out and ask questions, really put yourself forward to make things happen. That was just really eye-opening to me, Ree.
Fabulous. Thank you. Now, second, did this course help you to confirm your decision to pursue this degree?
Well, yes and no. I'm pursuing this degree, no question about it. And I was and am certain that the digital arts and design degree is right for me. However, it did open my eyes to other degree programs that really piqued my interest. For example, I might at some point in the future pursue an additional degree, like perhaps computer animation. We'll just have to see where the future takes me.
Fascinating. And what is one assignment that you really thought was helpful or that you really learned something useful?
Well, Ree, that is a great question. I would have to say that the first week 2 assignment, Professional Spotlight, that was the one that shed the most light on my industry, pun intended. In looking for all those videos and the talks, I just ran across so much more material than I ended up using on the final assignment. See, I was encouraged to hear these speakers and their stories and just seeing the changes that they have made in the world and that they are making in the world even now. What a great thing to have all these people's advice and their ideas and opinions and their experiences all shared online. That was really great. Very eye-opening to me. I guess it just made the future seem more realistic, like the goals I have are approachable and reasonable. And then when we connected this idea to week 3 and the concept of networking, I just realized that yes, it's a great big world out there, there's so much going on, but the idea that I could approach one of these experts for professional advice and that they would probably give that advice happily made it so much less overwhelming.
I have to ask you, Anna, is there anything that you would add to this course?
Well, Ree, each aspect of my own degree and other degrees under the digital arts and design umbrella, I could see it all so much more clearly through these assignments. I really appreciated having so many opportunities to truly get out what you put in, and the only thing that I would say was that I felt that week 2 was a little assignment heavy compared to the other weeks. I would certainly not add anything, but maybe move one of the assignments to a different week, like week 1 or week 3 even. But, you know, that's just a very slight suggestion. I'm sure there's a really good reason why you wouldn't have done something that way.
And was there anything that you did not find useful or that you would remove from this course?
Again, Ree, I would not remove a thing. I wouldn't add or subtract. Every assignment and class discussion was helpful, it was informative, and it revealed aspects of this industry that I hadn't even considered fully yet. And so, all I would say is, at some point in the future, I would request that please edit the assignments, the instructions especially, just to make sure that every sentence is clear and well presented and that it makes sense. So I apologize to everyone. I was that student. You know, I was always asking questions just for clarification. But there were a few times where I did seriously get very confused, and it was just really a little matter, like a small typo, like a missing word or lack of punctuation. And so then I would get confused and I would overthink things, and just to remind everyone, the devil is in the details, and that devil trips me up all the time. So that's all I would say, Ree. I mean, just just really a stellar experience from my end.
Thank you, Anna. Again, Anna Grace Bennett, live on Channel 12, breaking local news at 7. Thank you so much for joining us tonight.
Thank you so much. It was a pleasure to be with you, and you have a great night. Thank you.
Which is better, dogs or bananas?